Covering the extraordinary range of Sarah Brightman's voice.
Andrew Lloyd Webber had met and fallen in love with Sarah Brightman during the making of Cats. They married 3 years later.
I think Sarah was the remarkable catalyst for the show, in that her voice, who she was, the fact that she and Andrew had this extraordinary relationship, all touched on the ingredients that were necessary to explode this, and give him a reason for writing it. I remember on Christmas Eve of 1984, and he said, I really want to talk to you about Phantom. We raided the cellar, enthusiastically all day, and all of these thoughts had crystallised in his head. And he said, I really want to write the score now, not just us produce it. I really want to do it. I know what to do. And indeed he did.
It fell to Cameron to find a lyricist with the right combination of poetry and passion to fit Andrew's labour of love. Charles Hart, at 25 years old, had caught Cameron's attention at a songwriting competition.
I was signing on. I was on the dole. So it was a lovely surprise.
From the outset, it was clear that Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted his muse, Sarah Brightman, to take the leading role.
It was a huge risk for a composer to say, I've written a show, but my wife's got a star in it. Particularly as, even though I totally agreed that Sarah was right for the part, she didn't have much acting experience.
So they had their leading lady. But who to cast as the Phantom remained an unsolved problem.
Having spoken to Andrew, I said, we need to buy time, I need to push it back. And literally we put it back 6 months to October of that year. Because I realised we were heading to a car crash if we tried to hit that date without a satisfactory centre to the show.
It was Sarah Brightman who finally found an unlikely co-star. An actor best known for his silly voice and comic timing.
Softly, deftly, music shall caress you. Hear it, feel it, secretly possess you.
Sarah and Michael Crawford had been going to the same singing teacher, and Sarah had been waiting to go in her turn, and she'd been listening to Michael and then discovered in conversation that Michael had been a choir boy.
The darkness of the music of the night.
So Andrew immediately got Michael in and started playing about with his voice, and he went to me, I believe he really can do it.
Close your eyes, start a journey through a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Close your eyes and let music set you free. Only then can you belong to me.
But in order to snare their star, who'd enjoyed a highly paid run in Barnum, Cameron had to exert a bit of producer persuasion.
We go to Michael, we say, we think it's a wonderful part for you if you want to do it. But we're going to a small theatre, and therefore we can't even pay you half your normal salary. It sounded all wonderfully attractive, as he said to me one day. Oh, so you're saying I'm going to get less than half the money I normally get, and the leading lady has never done a big musical in that. I see. But he really wanted to do it, and he did. He saw a challenge. He saw a way of breaking away theatrically.
The Phantom of the Opera opened in October 1986. Three decades on, it continues to play to packed houses everywhere.
With Andrew Lloyd Webber, what Cameron has done, he's turned the musical into an international franchise, which is a great thing for him and for the British musical and for the, the British export industry.
Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again.
In rolling out his musicals around the world, Cameron's approach has been revolutionary. His production of Les Miserables has been seen in 44 countries and heard in 22 languages. What's hard to believe is that each new Mackintosh production, like tonight's performance in Sao Paulo, is personally overseen by the eagle-eyed producer himself.
The spots can then spread over everybody, like they're all stars then,
Oh,
okay?
very good.
I think we should go into the colours of Brazil. What a wonderful performance. It was interesting. The first 45 minutes, I was going, it's very good. And it was safe. And that's what you have to remember. The show must never, ever be safe. The spirit of revolution has to go from the first moment of the score.
Cameron is a British original. What producers had done in the past was simply to license the performance.
So across their faces along the front, can we make it cooler, the light?
Absolutely.
What Cameron did was to say, we will retain creative control. You will essentially be reproducing the production.
The only time the tower looked good was the second half, when it was literally, you couldn't see it, and it's swirling within the smoke. I want to feel it's dangerous and fragmented, and there's danger on the streets tonight.
You could see Cameron Mackintosh's production of Les Miserables in Sao Paulo or Mexico City or Shanghai, and it would essentially be the same production that was playing in the West End. So it was revolutionary in the sense that quality was guaranteed.